Every year, billions of dollars in productivity are lost. Companies call it burnout, managers call it underperformance, but neuroscience tells a different story. The National Institutes of Health, NIH, and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, consistently report that a significant portion of American adults do not get sufficient sleep, and that chronic sleep deprivation directly impacts cognitive performance. If you sleep 7 to 8 hours tonight, you won't suddenly become smarter, but you will finally access the intelligence you already have. Think about that moment in a meeting when you knew the answer but couldn't retrieve it fast enough. That wasn't a lack of intelligence, that was sleep debt. This isn't a video about sleep, it's about your operational intelligence. All day long, your brain collects information: faces, voices, emails, deadlines, numbers, micro-decisions. During the day, your brain primarily gathers data. It doesn't fully organize it. Imagine stacking papers on a desk without filing them. The information is there, but access becomes inefficient. Without proper organization, performance suffers, not because knowledge is missing, but because retrieval slows down. Research from Stanford University School of Medicine and Harvard Medical School shows that memory consolidation happens largely during sleep. A region of your brain called the hippocampus reviews the day's information, filters what matters, and begins integrating it into long-term storage. According to UC Berkeley sleep researcher Dr. Matthew Walker, the brain replays neural activity during sleep to help stabilize new memories. Without adequate sleep, this replay process is disrupted, and when consolidation weakens, recall becomes unreliable. Research from institutions such as MIT and Yale University demonstrates that sleep strengthens neural connections. When memories transfer to the cortex, they don't sit in isolation, they integrate into a broader network of knowledge. That network is what allows you to recognize patterns quickly, make accurate connections, and retrieve information efficiently. Sleep is not passive, it's structural brain optimization. In 2013, researchers at the University of Rochester Medical Center described the glymphatic system, a process that helps clear metabolic waste from the brain during deep sleep. Subsequent studies suggest that chronic sleep restriction may interfere with this cleaning process. The effects aren't immediate, they accumulate. Your brain requires maintenance, just like any high-performance system. Sleep will not magically increase your IQ score, but studies from Harvard University and the University of Pennsylvania show that sleep deprivation impairs working memory, executive function, attention, fluid intelligence. Fluid intelligence is your ability to solve new problems, adapt quickly, and think strategically under pressure. Sleep doesn't raise your intelligence, it preserves your access to it. Multiple studies from the University of California system show that well-rested individuals demonstrate better attention control and fewer cognitive errors compared to sleep-deprived individuals. Often, the problem isn't a lack of knowledge, it's delayed retrieval. And in professional environments, milliseconds matter. Research from Princeton University and the University of Pennsylvania suggests that sleep restriction can alter risk perception and impulse control. Decision-making is essentially structured recall. You pull from past experience, weigh outcomes, and choose a direction. If memory access is fragmented, decisions become reactive instead of strategic, and small decision differences compound over time. One of the most concerning findings from sleep research at the University of Pennsylvania: sleep-deprived individuals often believe they are functioning normally, even when objective performance declines. In other words, you may not realize your performance is dropping. That silent gap can change careers, negotiations, and long-term trajectory. Research from Columbia University and UC Berkeley shows that sleep supports neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form and strengthen new neural pathways. Sleep supports the biological processes that stabilize learning. When sleep is restricted, learning slows, skill acquisition takes longer, adaptability weakens. You're not less capable, you're less optimized. High performers treat sleep as strategy, not luxury. Protect your wake-up time. Reverse engineer your bedtime. Reduce evening light exposure, especially screens. Consistency builds cognitive stability. Use short rest breaks to reset mental fatigue. Practice controlled breathing during high-stress moments. Keep your sleep environment dark, cool, and quiet. Recovery is not weakness, it's performance infrastructure. The evidence is consistent. Adequate sleep supports attention, memory consolidation, learning speed, and decision accuracy. Sleep, clarity, better decisions, sustainable growth. Elite performance is rarely about working longer. It's about recovering smarter. The difference between two professionals isn't always talent, it's the consistency of access to their talent. 10 years from now, the gap between you and someone who protected their sleep won't be about intelligence, it will be about cognitive sustainability. Sometimes success doesn't begin with doing more, it begins with going to bed on time. What will you choose tonight?